Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to East Carolina Rides, the hottest podcast in the automotive industry today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got another wonderful week here. No need to adjust your televisions, folks. We're back in focus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Little technical difficulties last week, but the show must go on. We say.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're always dealing with technology. This is, of course, a new frontier for me and Brian being in the podcast world. We're actually about to be 35 episodes in, and there have been technical glitches. Look, I've had episodes where the microphones weren't working, and it came through the mic of the camera. I had to crank it up, and there's things that just happen.
There may be one this episode.
You guys may be just watching and having Brian's head float here because he wore almost the perfect shade of green. Sorry, green screen.
Nobody told me about the green. You ain't supposed to wear green whenever you're taping in front of a green screen, which this has our East Carolina Rides logo on it, but
we'll see how it goes.
It can be blended in here.
Yeah, but look, hey, we're going to keep on rolling, and the big thing is our conversations and dealing with the business we're dealing with. The car business is so much fun. We had to come up here and do this every week to share, the amount of fun and the love for the business that we have.
I think that's what it is. I think it's the love for the business. I think it's giving advice. And I know that there's a few customers that listen to this. Primarily, I think people in the business kind of listen to this. Sure. They kind of understand the lingo a little bit and understand where we're coming from. And some people may be able to pick something up on it and everything. But it's really for the love of this business. You kind of hit on it. I love it. I'm a lifer in the business. Ever since I stepped on the car lot in 1999, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. A couple of moments early on in my career where I had my hands going, what in the world did I do?
Right. Yeah, I've been there too.
But you work through that, and once you work through that, you kind of get the gist of what this business is all about. And for longevity.
It ain't cars.
No.
It ain't cars.
No, it's not cars.
As much as people might think it is, the car business is not about cars.
No, it's about people. This is a people business. We just happen to be in the business of selling them cars.
Right.
But when you have value such as us at this dealership, you have in East Carolina Rides, what you're seeing up here. The name of this podcast was derived off of our values that our dealership employs, which is R stands for relationships, I stands for integrity, D stands for discipline, and E stands for excellence. And our mission statement is providing customers an ownership experience that exceeds their expectations. So when you talk about that and institute that those values into the people you hire, because that's what I hire on, those values. So whenever you talk about building a sales force that operates off of those values, you want to do everything integrably, but most importantly, build those relationships with the customers, which kind of leads me to a showroom story. So I always showroom stories for car people can be something funny that happened out there on the sales floor, something amazing like Charlene ripping her stuff off, leaving the emergency room and coming in and selling a truck, something that's a teachable moment. Maybe a showroom story. I will never announce a name if it's a teachable moment.
Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus on a teachable moment.
We do have a certain aspect of positivity on this show. We're not going to be like dragging people in the mud.
No.
It's just not our MO.
No, something positive and everything. I name drop because right. I want folks to get recognized for positivity. But this showroom story is a feel-good showroom story. And it really blends into building relationships and what we're all in the business for. So basically, and it's not about me. It's about this business and doing what's right and living by the values that East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep has. So, but I got a phone call yesterday out of the blue. I'm sitting there working at my desk. We've got, a couple of things working. So it kind of hit me at a pretty good time. We weren't extremely busy. But
Tony was back too.
Huh?
You were busy on Saturday. If there was something that happened on Saturday, it would have been
you can forget
complete chaos.
Saturday was chaos, which I love it. I mean, we had a great day Saturday. But getting back to yesterday, I get a phone call out of the blue, and it's our buddy Dale Mazzell. Hey, Dale. And so anyway,
great guy.
Yeah, great guy. So anyway, Dale has purchased multiple vehicles from us as a dealership. Purchased some from Bobby, purchased some from me. But a great customer dealership, and we've also sold his sister Natalie as well. So there's two family members there. So he calls me and he's frantic, and he goes, "Hey Brian, I don't know who else to call, man. I've got an issue. My mom and my sister took my mom to the doctor, and they are broke down on some road there in Greenville. I don't know what's going on." She called me. She's in a panic, and my mom's there. And I was like, "Dale, just let me find out. Let me get her telephone number, find out where she is, kind of get some landmarks of where she is."
Yeah.
Because with some landmarks, I can tell her. I can tell the tow truck company.
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm gonna call the tow truck company." And get that taken care of, and then I'll swing down there and pick them up.
It's like 90 degrees out there too yesterday.
It was in the low 90s yesterday when this happened. So basically, situation is set it up. Got a 92-year-old lady out there. Car is stopped completely on the road, and I found out it's on the corner of Arlington Boulevard and Evans Street. So anyway, I dispatched.
Busy intersection.
Yeah, I dispatched G Vegas Towing to go pick them up and everything, and then because time is of the essence. Whenever you have someone that's 92 years old, I didn't know she was in a wheelchair, but 92 years old, and she's in a wheelchair. Whenever I got there, I leave the dealership. I go pick them up in my truck, bring them back to the dealership. The car gets towed in, and everything. So Dale is on the way back from Kinston to, try to give his mom and sister some comfort, and or ride back to their home, and their home's out of town.
Oh, yeah.
So, Dale comes into the dealership, and he's wired 3 ways to Sunday anyway, but he's really wired today.
Yeah.
So anyway, what happens is Dale comes in. We're able to provide them some courtesy transportation, and this is what happens. This is what happens whenever I'm able to provide them courtesy transportation, because Dale's bought multiple vehicles from me. Yeah. His sister Natalie's bought 2 vehicles from us. It's just one of them things where this is a really good customer.
Yeah.
And we're going to
he sent me a few people.
Yeah.
I mean, not just within the family, but his friends and all around. He is a advocate of the dealership, and I really appreciate it. If Dale's watching this, thank you, brother.
But but it's not about what I did. It's about what's right to do in this business.
Yeah.
I feel flattered that Dale thought of me first to call, because his mom and sister had issues here in this town. Yeah. When Dale is in Kinston.
Right.
And so I felt flattered over that he thought of me first. It also goes into a friendship that we're able to kindle through not only multiple vehicle purchases, but just him coming in, getting his truck serviced, hanging out up front, shooting the crap.
Oh, yeah. And we always end up having a chat and talking about all kinds of stuff. I mean, he is, I consider Dale a friend, just from all the chats and the stuff that y'all talk about. We don't always necessarily agree, but we have a we have a fun discourse anyway.
Well, you can't agree on everything, but The thing is the big thing to take out of this is to further do what's right and cement relationships in this business. It's not about the next car sale. It's really not. It's about doing what's right for people, because first and foremost, this is a people business. And I would really hope that, most people in this business, I would really hope all, but I'm not naive either, but I would hope most people in this business would do the same thing, because all it is just doing what you're supposed to do in this business. How in the world can you just look at somebody or take a telephone call after somebody's purchased multiple vehicles and say, well, Dale, I don't know what to do, man. Look, man, I don't see any help for it. The only thing I can tell you is just call a tow truck and, maybe have her call
Good
the
luck.
police.
See ya.
Your 92-year-old mom. Well, I got there,
Yeah.
and she's in a wheelchair, and I'm
Right.
like, well, I didn't know that, but but that's all well and good and everything. Ain't no big deal to get her up in the truck.
No.
So, but they got back to the dealership. We gave them something to drive. They got back home safely, soundly,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters. In the whole big scheme of things. So
Yep.
just a relationship story and a feel-good story. Again, nothing about me. It's all about what you do.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Yeah, we're public figures. Our actions outside of the dealership, inside the dealership, all those things are a part of what kind of grounds us into those values that you talked about. I mean, those are things that, and it's because you're a good guy too. Even if you were sitting at the house and you got that call and not working for the dealership or at the dealership that moment, I have a feeling that scenario would still go down the same way.
I've done it before.
Yeah. And, that's just as looking out for people, and it's why, I appreciate the kind of, not just manager, but person you are. It helps when you're working with people that care, because it bleeds over. Like anybody that sees that happening, and hopefully people that hear this kind of story will, start to integrate stuff like that in their lives. Is the old saying of paying it forward. You pay it forward not because you're expecting to get something back.
Right, exactly.
You're paying it forward because it's the right thing to do. Or,
Period.
Kindness is very sparse nowadays. You get into certain things in your life where you got things going on all the time. Everybody's busy. Even people that aren't busy, sometimes it slips out of their head because they're either too wrapped up in their little bubble. And I think that's just another aspect of this business that I really appreciate, is that we get so integrated into other people's lives that it gives us opportunities like that to be able to affect people's lives, to make a change for the better. And so I'm happy to hear a story like that.
My favorite. It's absolutely my favorite part of the business, is helping people. It's my favorite part of the business. Like when Big E mentioned when he was a guest and everything, how and this is going to lead Big E into longevity into business and everything. But to him, it's more about the people than anything else.
Yeah.
If you're concerned, or not concerned rather, but if your thought process is about helping people, you're going to go a long way in this business, because it's people just want to know that you care.
Right.
They really don't care how much you know. They want to know you care.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And we don't always get opportunities like that to be able to help people. So when you see an opportunity like that, you really you have to kind of step up to the plate if you're going to be a true player in this game, and really care about people, and not just say you care about people. You know what I mean? Our characters derive from our actions, not our words. So just something that happened to me yesterday. I'm just moving on to another showroom story, but
cool.
This is for sales guys that I would say just the aspect of what it is to be in sales, because obviously we're in the people business and we're here to help people. But when you come up against, sometimes you'll come against some pushback, as far as new customers coming in. Like yesterday.
You say not.
It never happened. I mean,
in this
it only
business?
happens like 1% of the time. So yesterday, fella comes in looking for a Jeep that sold over the weekend. It's still showing online, and I'm like, man, this is somebody that came from like over an hour away to come see it, and was just here, first thing in the morning.
Right.
So walks in the door and says, I'm looking for this. He shows me a picture on his phone, and he had been walking around the lot, I guess, before we even opened, trying to find it. And wasn't here, obviously. It's old. So I let him know, and he's like, man, I really wanted to check that out. I was going to buy it today. I was like, oh, a little light bulb came on in my head. I said, oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give up. You could be like, man, I'm sorry it sold. Maybe somebody has one down the road. Good luck. See ya.
Let me get back to drinking my coffee.
Right. Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, I hadn't woke up yet. Sorry, sir. Let me call you when I get something in.
No.
You can't do that.
No.
That person's ready to buy right then. Like they came in with the mentality of buying a car. So I said, well, let me take a look at what we got. I checked to see if we had any other Wranglers. Very specific in his needs. He's a Jeep guy. He's just a Jeep person. He's Mopar, really.
Cool.
He's got a Ram. He's had Chryslers. He's had like 5 Jeeps. So looked through my inventory. Every single Wrangler has one thing that he just there's evidently no talking around. It's the guy that got the 4-cylinder. He does not like the 4-cylinder, and it's a 4-cylinder turbo. I mean, I can talk it up, but there's a certain point where people have kind of already made up in their mind. There ain't no,
Customers give you subtle clues about what's not acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
And he won't go have a Wrangler with the 4-cylinder. And so the options that I had that were alternates weren't really working up. And then, I was thinking, man, what Jeep, what could I sell him? Because he was literally about to walk out the door. Because I had just about run out of options thinking he wanted a Wrangler only.
And then a thought popped in.
I said, hey, look, the Gladiator only comes with a V6. It's got the Jeep capabilities. He told me what his purpose was for the Jeep, which is to go fishing. He wanted to go fishing. He wanted to go out on the beach. He didn't need a Wrangler specifically.
No.
And that's just what he came in originally on. So after a little bit of talking and showing him the vehicle, working out all the little things in between because there was some budget constraints as well, ultimately we ended up making a deal, and it wasn't on the Jeep that he came in on. And, you got to know your inventory for that to happen. And it took me a little while for my brain to get the cogs turning because it was early. But eventually, we found something that was almost a perfect fit.
Oh, that's a great story. And it just goes to show, look, when a customer comes in and something like that happens, it's up to you how you're going to spend that, right? Mm-hmm. Like you said, you could have said, sir, that vehicle sold last night. It's no longer here. No. We don't have it anymore. What else are you looking for? You may take it to the next step. But then you got roadblocks on all the other Wranglers that we had, right?
Yeah.
So you took it to the next step, got a roadblock, and just by happenstance, you happened to talk with him about the Gladiator, and you already knew what his intended purpose for the Jeep was.
Right.
You kind of made it work, Bobby, and you kind of made sense to him. And because you didn't give up, I'm going to tell you exactly why he bought it. Mm-hmm. He bought it because, first of all, he's already here. He already made an hour and a half trip.
Right.
Okay. But that didn't have anything to do with it, because how many car lots is there around here?
Right.
A lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, you cared enough to go the extra mile for him. And whenever he saw that and everything, that kind of got his heart, emotion, we talk about people buying emotion, mm-hmm. that kind of got his heart into the game and was able to listen to you and relate to, hey, maybe this Gladiator will give me the same impact in my life that I want to have.
Right.
And not only that, but now the guy's got a truck bed, so you probably gave him a better option what he even came in looking for. Mm-hmm. So that could be a customer for life,
Yeah, no, he's actually purchased with us in the past. That was a great benefit to me too, because he already was coming into a dealership that he was familiar with.
That's great.
So it just goes to show that it hasn't been an overnight thing that we suddenly have been taking care of our customers. It's been for years and years and years, and people come back to us because of that, and why it's such a great place to work. We've had even though the values and the as far as the mission statement have only been like implemented as far as like on paper in the last 4 or 5 years, it's been integrated into the dealership for well over that.
2023 is whenever the ideas first started coming in. I think 2024 is when we implemented it. So yeah, we're talking about going on 3 years now of implementation, 4 years of a discussion with a new company handbook, some new policies that we put out back then, and but whenever you say you're all in on something, I can tell you the dealership's all in on something. As a matter of fact, as soon as this taping goes over with, I've got to go to what we call a leadership meeting, and that we meet once a quarter, and we try to focus on leadership that is fruitful for our each departments, right? So our sister store in Washington, their management group, and then I'm part of the management group here at East Carolina that goes, and we all meet together and we collab, and we try to think of things to make our stores better through the values and our mission statement that we implement. And we use those values and mission statement and vision of making every experience a referral. We use that as our basis point for coming up with ideas for the dealership. So I've actually got that meeting right after this, but that's about who East Carolina is. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. I know this episode has been what, as far as our values goes, has been the main focus of it. Right. But truly, that's where East Carolina Rides came from. East Carolina Rides didn't get a name like "Let's Ride."
Right,
you know what I mean? That sounds good. I use it and everything like that. But it comes from values and everything. So just a little deep dive of where we come from, folks.
It was, when I was first coming up with the podcast and trying to figure out like what a good name would be, and I had already gotten a couple YouTube pages, in the background, just thinking, man, East Carolina Jeep, people love Jeeps, we'll focus on Jeep, and had all these different sort of name ideas, and I was just, that was the perfect thing to fit for what really is important about this podcast. It's not the vehicles. It
gives you a wider range of focus and material to talk about for people. And the great thing about it is, since there's values and everything, it comes genuine. So everything's sort of organic.
Look, we wrote up an outline. I don't think we touched on hardly anything in the outline, because we had, we're dealing with experiences like what just happened to us. Those two stories happened literally yesterday, and we can derive what we're dealing with we could come in here and probably do it every day, but that would be a lot of.
I had another story. I had another story planned. It was just a funny ha story that would have taken literally like 3 minutes and everything. I may bring it up next episode, but I thought this one is more fruitful, talking about our values and what building relationships is all about.
No, it's really awesome. I'm glad that we hopefully got this focus thing fixed. And look, I had a background. If y'all see like really terrible quality, I've got another camera that I'm recording just in case, because I was scared I was going to have
some kind of crazy glitch. It's going to be fine, Bob. It's going to be fine. I don't know about my shirt. I just found out that if you guys don't see this green thing behind us, but apparently my shirt is the exact same color as the green thing, but I know Bob's going to make it fine. I got the best tech guy here in the business.
You're going to see him. It's just arms and head floating, as we move on to the next week. I know you got the leadership meeting. We're going to wrap it up a little sooner than usual. We've been going a little over 30 minutes lately, but I think we had a great couple set of stories, and we'll lead into the next episode with a little teaser for your story coming for next week.
Well, yeah, it's just, yeah, I think it's good. And the couple things we can talk about next week. We got new leadership for Jeep.
Oh
now.
yeah.
We got new leadership for Ram.
Right.
So that new CEO's kind of Kaniska's sort of taken more of a upscale leadership role in North America, and they've got two Corvettes, and one of them is a bigwig from Toyota.
Oh wow.
Okay, one of them is a bigwig from Ford. These two guys are Corvettes that have been successful in the past and can only help Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Well, Jeep and Ram grow, because those are the two big ones, and those are the two new brand members. But talk about that next week. Got some couple things on new product coming out. TRX, we got an extra allocation on that. I think I've already got it filled. When Charlene comes in today, we'll find out. But I think I've got our second TRX already filled. Okay. And so now that's the TRX, not the SRT Rumblebee.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the SRT Rumblebee isn't going to be until later, folks.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you when that one comes out. I've already got a list made up.
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it. That's going to be a hot number.
You can call and get your name on the list, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, there's no guarantee, because the list is grown. People want that truck.
Yeah. Look, Kaniskis has really got his head wrapped around this business. I think it's important when leadership realizes that they can't do it all. They got to delegate some of that stuff around and get some people that really know what they're doing to help out and make things work like they're supposed to. So and get better. Always got to aim to get better, and that's what we're going to continue to do on the podcast here. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe. Look, we're so close. We're getting close to the ability to go live. We're going to have like a little trial run because of the technical issue. It got me a little a little concerned, but I think it'll go great.
I'm not worried about things at all. This is organic, and it's going to go little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit, and I'm fine with that. Yeah. Just as long as we're consistent and we're giving folks something of decent quality to listen and watch, and we're giving them something decent quality and something that maybe stoke an idea,
right, or
something that a customer says, hey, how about that? Actual genuine car people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome. Y'all continue to grow and get better, and we will see y'all next week. Well, thanks again.
Everybody have a great week.
We'll see y'all.
Take
East
care.
Carolina Rides.